Making their first appearance ever in the Liberty Bowl, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame bring mixed feelings and expectations to Memphis, Tennessee.
And you know, a 6-5 record is a winning mark and acceptable at lots of schools. At Notre Dame, where every coach, every player is haunted by the ghosts of Rockne and the Four Horsemen, the Gipper and Leahy, well, that's really not what the Fighting Irish had in mind. But Coach Jerry Faust has tossed aside the slings and the arrows. And he and his players say the Liberty Bowl means a new spirit and really a brand new season.
It's a one-game season, and our players have had time to heal up a little bit, as has Boston College, and I think they're looking forward to the game. I really do.
Jerry, your team, you say, will be physically ready, but the vote by the seniors to accept the bid was a very narrow one. What about getting those guys up to get them interested in playing in this game?
We took the vote right after a real tough loss where we drove the ball down the field and missed the field goal there at the end that would have won the ball game. But time heals, and I think that the seniors that were not for going seem to be all for going now, and I think they want one last chance, and I'm happy for them.
The 1983 season was filled with both lofty heights and perilous moments. After a strong showing in the opener against Purdue, Notre Dame stumbled against Michigan State and Miami. 5 consecutive victories followed, highlighted by the first victory in 6 years over arch-rival Southern California. Then, as they had done the previous year, the Irish lost their final 3 games of the season. Although the campaign was not as satisfying as had been hoped, it did provide plenty of excitement for Notre Dame fans across the country. One of the brightest spots was a 5'9" sophomore named Alan Pinkett, who, with his exhilarating running style, burst onto the national scene like a supernova.
I didn't have any expectations that I would have gotten this far. My idea of playing as a freshman was getting in on special teams and playing in a blowout. And for sophomore year, my expectations were having a chance to challenge for the starting position. Now, my freshman year, I was forced to grow up fast because of the injury to Greg Bell. I was just thrusted into the lineup, and the maturity that I developed in my freshman year, I just carried it over to my sophomore year. The philosophy they use here is that the big linemen that are about 6'6", 270 pounds, 180 pounds, will hit into the defensive linemen and stand them up. And me at 5'9", running low to the ground anyway, I ran at about 4 feet tall. The defense can't see me, and by the time I do get through a hole or the defense finds me, my quickness is supposed to take over. I can't really think about, well, should I cut left, should I cut right, should I go straight? It's just my instincts, my gut reaction.
Notre Dame employed 2 quarterbacks during the regular season, senior Blair Keel and freshman Steve Berline, and both figure in the Liberty Bowl game plan.
We felt that this being Blair's last football game and playing so well that he should get the starting nod, and I think Steve agrees with that.
He's only a few passes completion short of the record, too, here at Notre Dame.
Well, I'm not, really concerned about those things. I know he may be, and I really didn't know it, and I hope he gets it, But we're more concerned about...
Likely within the first quarter, right? It'll be handy.
Well, I'd like to see him get that if he could, and we're more concerned about winning the ball game, and we're going to play Blair, and we're going to play Steve Berline. But one of them gets a hot hand, we're going to definitely, keep them in there. And it seems like they've been sort of alternating as a hot hand, and if one of them gets a hot hand, he'll play most of the football game.
Jerry, every team that plays Notre Dame considers it a bowl game, so this is a double bowl game for Boston College. What do you expect from that team?
They have stated that this is the biggest game of their football history, and if I was on their side, I would probably feel the same way, And Jack Bucknell and the Boston College team has just done an excellent job this year. They've proven that they are an excellent football team. They've beaten Clemson, their only loss, and Alabama and Penn State. They've beaten some real fine football teams, and I think we'll find out a lot about the character of our young men in this game, and it'll be an interesting football game. I really believe that.
The Irish defense, which finished 14th in the nation in total defense, will have to play at full potential to shut the door on the explosive Boston College Eagle attack. Junior linebacker Mike Golick is confident that he and his teammates can meet the challenge.
So we would just go out and try and prove that because we think we're a good team, you know. I mean, we have talent. You know, we're not a cocky team, but we think we have a good team. And we're trying so hard to show people, you know, that we're not as bad as it looks right now. You know, I mean, that the seasons haven't been that good, but I don't think we're as bad as it looks, and we're just trying to prove that we're not. Maybe we're trying too hard, I don't know. They say losing builds character, you know, that's all fine and dandy, but I think winning builds more character, so I think winning would be a lot more fun, yeah.
After a roller coaster season, the Irish players are gearing up to put another page in the book of Notre Dame fantastic finishes.
It is a new season. It's a season that consists of one game, and we're focusing all of our attention. Everything that we're going to do is focused on this one game. And the past is behind us. The 6-5 season is behind us. It's a new season for us. It's a way for us to go out in style, especially for our seniors to go out in style. And it's also a stepping stone for next season, a way for us to build momentum for the next season. And also it provides bowl experience for the underclassmen, because the underclassmen are the only classes that don't have bowl experience. The seniors do. And I think it would be important for us to get that bowl experience. So next year when we, I guess you could say, play in the Sugar for the national championship, it won't be completely foreign to us, and that's without making any predictions or projections, but the bowl experience is valuable.
Boston College has written a remarkable success story for the past 5 years. Coming from an 0-11 season in 1978, the Eagles now find themselves on the threshold of greatness, defeating top 10 teams and making their second bowl appearance in as many years.
Once before, Boston College was on the verge of national football prominence. And curiously enough, Notre Dame was the catalyst. It was on September 15th, 1975, in Foxborough at Schaefer, now Sullivan Stadium. But the Irish were too much that night and emerged with a 17-3 victory. Notre Dame had the likes of Ken McAfee, Jerome Heavens, Al Hunter, and defensive stars like Ross Browner, Bob Golick, and Luther Bradley. And so now, once more, the Eagles from Chestnut Hill have a chance for revenge, to wipe out the pain of that defeat more than 8 years ago, and to take another giant step toward national football prominence.
The Eagles have already taken several steps into the national spotlight this season, beating national powers Clemson, Penn State, and Alabama. They accomplished their goals with intelligence, discipline, and with plain old common sense, reflecting the personality of head coach Jack Bicknell.
You know, the toughest thing to do here at Boston College is not to win a football game, but to get this guy to quit listening to his Willie Nelson tapes long enough to do an interview. Would you cut that off just for a minute, Jack?
You know, Jack, you people up here keep saying we're just a poor little old school, way up here in the northeast corner of the United States, and we don't really want to be big time. But if you don't quit beating the Clemsons and the Penn States and the Alabamas, you know, people are going to quit believing you.
Well, we're not saying that. We want to play. You know, we want to play the best people. And yes, we are a small school in some respects, but we're able to recruit some good football players. And I think that's the whole key to it. You know, get good players on the field and then let them play and let them be aggressive and get after it. And I think that's our whole concept. And yeah, we don't have, you know, maybe the multi-million-dollar budget, but we also have a town like Boston we can recruit for, and we can get good football players. And that's hard, you know, that's one of the real keys of the whole thing.
Jack, if I'd have interviewed you before your first game against Morgan State, and I would have said, let's assume that you're going to win enough games this year to be invited to a bowl game, and I would have asked you, what team would you like to play in a bowl game? You'd have said Notre Dame, wouldn't you?
Really would have. You just mentioned college football, and you think of Notre Dame. I mean, people were singing the Notre Dame fight song in the 5th and 6th grade. I mean, it's the Presbyterians sing it. It's just a great. You know that they stand for what's good in college football, and you know the excellence that they have had over the years, a tradition. This is something that is amazing, and you know, it is a team that we would choose to play.
Do you think there's a fear or an apprehension that maybe your Boston College kids will be a bit in awe against Notre Dame?
No, we're beyond that point, and that happened. We lost the awe at Clemson 2 years ago, frankly, and then from there the Alabamas and the Penn States, Penn State, the team we've never beaten in the history, and we're not in awe of anybody. We respect everybody, but we're not in awe of anybody.
Those days are gone.
Those days are gone. That's the biggest thing that I've noticed in our program. That's the most significant change, is the fact that we now can play anybody and play them. And we can lose them too, but we can play anybody and never be in awe. And that's a great thing from my standpoint.
What Notre Dame expects from Boston College is lots of Doug Flutie. This 5'9", 176-pound quarterback has captured the imagination of college football fans all across the land. He finished the season 4th in the nation in total offense and wound up 3rd in the balloting for the Heisman Trophy. Doug's biggest asset is his poise under pressure. Game-winning heroics simply have become Doug Flutie's trademark.
I just get excited. You don't really sit down and analyze what happened, but it usually is a momentum builder. You know, someone in the offensive line might have broken down, something might have happened, but all of a sudden you make a big play. It's got to boost their morale a little bit, and it boosts mine to be able to keep a drive alive and keep things moving, and it helps the adrenaline get going, and it picks up the team a little bit. We have pretty much a small football program with a great attitude and an outstanding coaching staff and the right type of kids that really want to work. And we put a lot of effort into it, and we want to win and be successful. It doesn't matter who we play. We don't fear anybody. We go in with a good attitude about each game, and subsequently we've won some big games and had an impressive record the last 2 years.
Senior linebacker Steve Diasse, number 99, captains BC's defensive unit. Now, it doesn't get the publicity the offense does. It simply gets the job done.
The reason we're here right now is our defense, and we have made, Flutie gets a lot of the talk, obviously, but while we've had Doug, we've been able to surround him with some pretty good football players, and our defensive team is playing very, very well. The matchup between our defense and their offense is certainly, I think, going to be the key to the game.
I can't even describe the emotion that one would feel knowing that it's my last game with all my best buddies from school, and knowing that it's against a legendary school like Notre Dame, and knowing that I want to finish out my career here in the greatest style imaginable. I can't even think now how I'm going to feel coming out of the tunnel into the game.
Building on their recent achievements, the Eagles go into tonight's game exuding confidence, and with good reason.
Well, first off, we have Coach Bicknell, who will prepare us better than I think anybody in the nation could prepare us for this game. Second off, we're excited to play. We want to be here, we want to win big, and we want to get into the top 10. And third off, we have a short little kid by the name of Doug Flutie and another short little kid by the name of Brian Brennan, who are just going to fill the stadium air with balls all night.
December 19th, 1959, 36,000 fans withstood freezing temperatures and 20-mile-an-hour winds in Philadelphia to see Penn State defeat Alabama 7-0 in the first Liberty Bowl. Over the years, the bowl has experienced considerable changes, playing in the first indoor bowl game in Atlantic City and then moving to Memphis.
I just had a strong feeling that if persistence would mean anything, that we'd stay in there, that one day this thing would gel. And we were 5 years in Philadelphia. We met unbelievable weather problems. The snow sometimes would be 12 or 14 inches deep. And that's when I conceived the idea that maybe we better go indoor. So we were the first bowl to ever go indoor in Atlantic City. But they only would seat 10,000, and it occurred to me then we had to move to larger quarters. I was invited by 5 different cities and in the South: Tampa, Birmingham, Atlanta, Memphis, and Phoenix. I arrived first in Memphis. I was greeted by some of the nicest people I'd ever met in my life, and the net result was I never did get to visit the other 4 cities, so here I am.
Throughout its 25-year history, the Liberty Bowl has showcased the talents of some of the great players in college football. And it's the only bowl to have back-to-back Heisman Trophy winners. First in 1961, the late Ernie Davis of Syracuse. He played his last game in the Liberty Bowl, and his team edged Miami 15-14. Then the following season, Oregon State's Terry Baker scored the lone touchdown of the contest, a spectacular 99-yard run from scrimmage. And that run still holds as the longest in college football bowl history. Even more impressive is the list of great quarterbacks who have played in the Liberty Bowl.
We've had some great stars. As far as quarterbacks go, of course, we started off with Richie Lucas of Penn State, who was then the main star, the big quarterback in those years in '59. And then later on, George Myrick came in with his great University of Miami team. We were the one that, I guess, started Archie Manning on his road to fame. Joe Ferguson, who's had a great pro career. David James, Tony Eason, Mark Herman, Schleister from Ohio State. Yeah, we just have had numerous. And this year, of course, with this young man, Flutie, who might be the most exciting college football player in America today. So we're quite fortunate. We've had some great players.
One of the most exciting games in Liberty Bowl history brought together Arkansas and Tennessee in 1971.
Although they were neighboring states and a great intense rivalry existed, they had never played against each other in the football field. And that was in 1971, and the tickets, we could have put 100,000 people in the stadium that night. Arkansas was leading with about a minute to go, and there was a fumble. Tennessee recovered. People from Arkansas still say that should have been Arkansas's ball, but nevertheless, Tennessee then ran it in, kicked the extra point and won 14-13, and there was a stunned crowd from Arkansas and great jubilation and joy from the Tennessee people. But that was a most historic game, and the one that really, I guess, started us to big success.
One of Bud Dudley's fondest memories is his long relationship with a legend, one of the game's greatest coaches, Paul Bear Bryant.
Paul Bryant and I were good friends. We first met each other when I was at Villanova as director of athletics, and he was at Kentucky. And then when he switched to Texas A&M, I called him and asked to be put on a schedule, and he very nicely gave us a good guarantee to get on a College Station. And then, of course, years later, I called and invited him to play in the Liberty Bowl. He played his first bowl game in Alabama in the Liberty Bowl, and as fate would have it, he was in our bowl 4 times, and his last game in Alabama, of course, was the Liberty Bowl. So it was a long, beautiful friendship. He was a beautiful person, and I miss him very much.
December 29th, 1982, the nation watched as Bear Bryant took the field for the final time. This game was particularly meaningful to the Alabama players who had seen the Bear become college football's winningest coach and who wanted, more than anything else, for the man to go out a winner. The Crimson Tide faced a stubborn Illinois team led by All-America quarterback Tony Eason, but the Bama defense was superb at the critical moments. Thus, Walter Lewis and the offense had all the time they needed to execute. Alabama won that game 21-15. The 1982 Liberty Bowl took on even greater significance when the nation learned of Coach Bryant's untimely death less than 1 month after his final game. This year in Boston College and Notre Dame, Bud Dudley again has captured the fancy of football fans everywhere.
I suppose if I could pick the best ending for you, it'd be a full house and a great television audience. Notre Dame and Boston College going to the final 13 seconds, and one team lining up to kick a field goal that could win the game.
Wouldn't be a bad name. Yes, that would be nice.
Difficult to catch the football. Flutie's throwing the ball quite well, but the receivers are having a difficult time hanging on.
There's several that have gone right through their hands. The short range. Flutie's secret, they ask him what would be the toughest thing in this game tonight. He says, keeping my hands warm.
He needs to get his receivers' hands warm.
Right. He had a big game against Alabama in terrible weather. Flutie now has had 6 straight incompletions after hitting 3 out of 5 on the opening drive.
Notre Dame faked the rush. 4 men coming.
There's Flutie on the rollout. And his pass is batted away. A great save there by Rick Naylor, number 37. He just got it with the end of his fingertip. It was intended for Brian Brennan.
He made a fine job of staying in his position and not being moved out of position. As you can see, Flutie rolling around, stopped the throw, then moved back outside again. Naylor stayed in his own position of the field, and you can see him coming across, knocking the ball out of the arms of Brennan.
Don Mihalik to punt. He had one blocked the last time. Gets the clean snap from Bicknell. The kick is not too deep. Greg Bell fields it on his 43 to the 45. He's hit and brought down on his 47-yard line. Down there for for Boston College is number 48 to make the stop. That's Mosley, a cornerback. We'll be back. It'll be first down, Notre Dame on its 47-yard line.
And after scoring on their first possession, Kurt, Boston College has not made a first down on their last 4 possessions of the football.
Notre Dame in the lead. Blair Keel, he's gone all the way. Fakes the draw. He's going to throw off the roll. And it is complete to the 36-yard line to the tight end, Mark Bavero, number 82. And that gives Notre Dame a first down. And they're in Boston College territory.
Excellent blocking, and the fake of the draw play, of course, is what makes it happen. Here's Keel making the fake. That's Pinkett. You've got to respect Pinkett. He's hit hard, but Keel is absolutely open with plenty of time to throw. He finds Bavero wide open for the first down.
Notre Dame now on the Boston College 33. Been all Notre Dame since the opening 5 minutes. They're ahead 13-6. Through, straight through the fullback, Chris Smith, number 32. He's had a good first half. He's been a blocker most of the year, but they've been using him quite a lot as the runner today. David Piera had to tackle him in the secondary.
And you can see the fine blocks by Maumee and Perino that opened it up for him. He moved it down the field, and once again, we get a very fine tackle by Thurman coming up to stop him in the open.
All right, Notre Dame on the Boston College 21. Playing with extreme confidence now, Notre Dame. They got a wide split in their line. Handoff and slamming over the 15 is Smith again to the 14. He's hot now, bud.
And if you've got a play that's going, keep using that play. It was a straight-ahead handoff, the same play as of the previous down. Great blocks again by Kelly, Monty, and Perino.
There's a man that has been under extreme pressure. Gary Faust. He knows it. He said, I want to win every game. I'm looking forward to next year. I still think we're going to have a great team. It'll be his 4th season. Pinkett on the toss. He's to the 10. And he's out of bounds on the 12. Alan Pinkett from Sterling, Virginia. Taken out by Steve Diassi and Tony Thurman.
Take a look at Diassi, the great linebacker for Boston College. You can see him moving to the outside, but Pinkett has got just a little bit more speed. Diassi is able to make the tackle, but not until 5 yards have been gained on the first down on the play.
It is 1st and goal to go. Notre Dame on the Boston College 8-yard line. They're taking them apart right now, mostly on the ground. The fullback barrels to the 3-yard line. It's Chris Smith of Cincinnati. And he's hit by Steve DiAsi again. And that forward wall of Notre Dame's opening gaping holes for the backs.
Straight ahead blocking, man on man, and they're beating Harrington, they're beating Ruth, and they're beating Swanky.
2nd down, 3 to go for a Notre Dame touchdown with 8:43 to go in the half.
You can tell Jerry Faust excited. He had that cap down over his ears.
They're going to put 3 backs in there now. Smith and Brooks, 2 fullbacks. Pinkett is the tailback. This is a 2nd down, 3 to go for a score. Pinkett on the toss, and he's over again. Alan Pinkett has scored his 2nd touchdown of the game. And Notre Dame moves out in front, 19-6. A very impressive drive for them. They just shoot away 7, 8, 9 yards at a clip.
The Boston College linebacker's been playing very deep. They're not able to get up quickly enough to support. Pinkett's got a little more speed than DiAsi, so he's able to outrun him as he gets that quick opening hole. As we watch the blocking, Bavaro makes an excellent block, as you can see, and also get a great block by Perino. The guard pulling, makes a fine block, maybe a little bit of holding on the play, but Pinkett puts it into the end zone.
And he scored with 8:19 to go in the 1st half. Mike Johnston for the point. The kick is up. And it is no good. Oh, he's missed 2 tonight. 1 block. That was no good. Gaffney was in there to deflect it. Just got it by the hand. Well, we'll be back here as Boston College will receive.
Not getting too much pressure on Flutie, but when your receivers aren't hanging on to the football, if you're relying on a pass attack, obviously you're not going to move it.
3 for 12 for Flutie. 51% for the season is completion percentage. That man nearly went offside. Flutie held up on the count. Great drop. Look at the time. Now he'll start his scrambling. Out in the open at the 40 to the 35. That's Beestick, the fullback, and he has a 1st down at the 27-yard line of Notre Dame. He was wide open out there.
And anytime you have a back going out of the backfield and goes that deep, usually a linebacker's got to be on him. See Beestick, just a little bit of a head fake, moving to the outside, and it's the time that Flutie has, of course, that makes this all happen. No pressure on him. He finally finds Beestick open down the sidelines. He's beyond everyone. Must have been playing a man-for-man coverage on all of the wide receivers. Ballage comes up to make the tackle, but it's a big, big gain for Boston College.
42 yards in that play. 1st down, Boston College on the Notre Dame 27. The rollout. Flutie says, get on down there. Throws, and it is no good at the 10-yard line. Gieselman couldn't hold on to it. Went high in the air. Stacy Turan hit him there, number 30, and jarred it loose. He's the left cornerback.
Flutie makes a great fake here of the draw. You can see it. Beestick moving to the inside. That let him get out around the corner, and now he said, get down the field further. Get down the field further. I can get the ball to you. And now tight end gets the ball. He is really popped hard. Very fine defensive play by Torrent.
It is 2nd down, 10, Boston College on the Notre Dame 27. Notre Dame ahead 19-6. 7:47 to go in the 1st half. Stratford slips and goes down. Maybe lost a yard. They stopped him cold today, but he hasn't had the ball too much. Kovaleski, the freshman linebacker, brought him down. Every time Stratford started to accelerate, he slipped tonight on this frozen turf here. Here's Kovaleski coming out.
I don't think that he's running with the same degree of confidence that Pinkett is. If you're worried about being in a questionable footing situation, it transforms itself to your feet not having a lot of confidence.
All right, this is 3rd down and 11. Boston College on the Notre Dame 28. This pass, the crossing pattern, and it is a touchdown to Gerald Phelan. The junior, Gerard Phelan, scores from Rosemont, Pennsylvania. Great catch. He's averaged over 20 yards a catch this year. They don't go to him nearly as much as to Brennan, but he's very dangerous.
He's got excellent speed. He gets down behind him, and you can see the joy on the bench at Boston College, Jack Bicknell. The delivery and the quickness, the accuracy with which Flutie threw the ball is why he is being considered as a possible Heisman Trophy winner next year.
They finished third in the Heisman race this year. So he brings them right back. 69 yards they go, and they're going to go for 2. They're trailing 19-12. They'll try the two-pointer with a lone setback. Flutie will throw for it. He slips, he throws, incomplete. Well, BC's failed to convert after each of their 2 touchdowns. It was intended for Brian Brennan, and that leaves them 7 behind.
And I think he'd have hit the pass had Brennan not slipped. See Flutie back, who's seeing the entire field, sideline to sideline, but he slips as he gets ready to deliver the football, and he's just enough off balance to overthrow it. Brennan couldn't reach it.
Yeah, Brennan was open there if he'd have hit him with the pass. We're going to be back as the score now is 19-12 Notre Dame. And that's split backfield again. They sit over that ball a long time. There's a straight handoff, and Pinkett is tumbled at the 35. Right now, to Dave Dial.
Rich Smythe and Brian Staub love their Eagles, drove 24 hours to get here. What has this team done for the school spirit up at BC?
Well, we wouldn't have drove 24 hours if we'd done something. I want to tell my brother who's an ND grad back at home, we're down now at BC 7, but we're going to come back and win this one. I'd like to say hello to the boys in the Bronx. Call me.
All right, Kurt.
Okay, 5 minutes to play in the half. It's 3rd and 8 for Notre Dame on their 35. Heel on a quickie right over the middle to the tight end again. He breaks away for a first down. Mark Vivero.
Excellent read of the rush that time by Keel. We had the blitz on, no linebackers. Vivero saw it on the slant pattern. Keel hit him cleanly. See the blitz coming. Keel simply fades back, keeps his cool, hits Vivero on the crossing pattern. The linebackers have rushed. Keep Vivero wide open.
Teammates could fall on it.
Very good kick to anytime you get it inside the 20, it's better than kicking it into the end zone.
So spot the ball in the Boston College 17. So again, they have poor field position. They're trailing 19-12, 3:30 to go in the half.
Normally you'd say time is a factor here, but with Flutie at the controls, he can make it happen quickly.
Little Doug in the pocket. Gets out of the pocket, scrambles away, comes up to the 25, he's to the 30, he's to the 35, to the 40, 45, 50, and out he goes. That's where he could really kill you.
They say that he's really only about a 4.6 or 4.7 speed man, but Jack Bicknell says anybody chasing him, he looks like he's 4.5. Let's take a look at it again.
They put him out on the Notre Dame 46. So that run was good for 37 yards by Doug Flutie. 3:18 to play in the half. Notre Dame ahead, 19-12. BC goes in their lone setback operation with a slot to the right. And the handoff to that setback comes over the 40, breaks away. Stratford, he's still going, and he's out of bounds on the 29 of Notre Dame. Taken out by Chris Brown, the free safety. Stratford had 810 yards this year, averaged 5.6. He missed 3 games with a sprained knee. It'll be 3rd down, 20. Two minutes, 46 seconds to go in the first half. It's on the Notre Dame 39-yard line. That's Phelan in motion. Now he's going deep, deep, deep. He's got him, and he just missed him in the end zone. Chris Trapuka, the son of the old Notre Dame quarterback Frank Tripucka, whose brother Kelly is now starring with the Detroit Pistons and was a Notre Dame All-American basketball player. What an athletic family the Tripuckas are. He was out there, Bud.
Yes, Brennan had beaten the secondary. He was 21 attempts, 6 completions, and 1 interception. And the important statistic, of course, is what Notre Dame hoped to do if you look at the timekeeping for picking up the 9-yard gain.
Second down and a yard to go. Heel of the long signal count. And he keeps the ball, throws it deep, and it is going to be caught at the 25 of Boston College. The Notre Dame man got the inside position. And that is Joe Howard. Joe Howard is only 5'9", but he had him blocked out almost like a postman.
You've got to lay a little of that on the weather. Cold hands of the receivers.
Troy Stratford to the 15, shakes away to the 20, to the 25. First down at the 31. That's the best run by Troy Stratford tonight. And the safety man, Joe Johnson, had to hit him. And right now to Dave Dials.
Okay, we're with Coach Jack McNell, and Jack, you didn't tell your guys a whole lot during the halftime. You just said we can win this game. Is really all you said.
Well, we said we're playing, and we're playing with a lot of enthusiasm. We want to play. It's just that we got to make some plays, and we got to hope we can turn the ball over. And that was a big play right there. We don't let them to come down and score. Now we got a real good shot right now.
And you also told your guys that Pinkett's elusive, and when you think you've got him tackled, make doubly sure, right?
Yeah, we got to fly to the ball. Everybody's got to fly the ball. Kid's a great back.
Okay, thank you so much, Jack.
Bardwell went out, the left guard, replaced by Steve Trapillo, number 65 of Milton, Mass. There he is, Bardwell. They're attending him. We've had very few players injured tonight, Bud. It's about the second one, I think, it had to be taken out.
And it's unusual when you're playing on such a cold night. When your muscles are not loose and relaxed, much easier to pull a muscle and strain. Both teams are hitting very hard, playing very cleanly.
And for those that have maybe just joined us, about 11 degrees above zero here in this game. Now they shift into the eye, a little something different on that shift. First down, BC. Bradford breaks it over the 35, comes out to the 40. Now he's starting to move. He was stopped cold.
Thought he had made it. He made it first down on the previous play, made 9 yards on that one. Very good read and excellent ability to break back against the grain.
Second down and a yard to go. He's gained 25 yards in his last 2 carries. Flutie throws it deep, and Brennan has it. Brennan is out of bounds on the 20-yard line. Brennan turned and cleverly got position that time on the defender. That was Pat Bally's. And give the credit on the throw and the great positioning by Brian Brennan.
And it was almost...
Only 5'10". Flutie's 5'9", but probably the most famous passing battery in the history of Boston College. Here they go on first down. Flutie keeps it. Runs to the 20, to the 15. He's pushed out of bounds on the 14. A 6-yard pickup on the bootleg by Doug Flutie. Rick Naylor, the strong side linebacker, bumped him out.
I think he wanted to throw the ball on the play, but the receivers were covered downfield. He didn't hesitate. He took what he could get, and it was a very nice 5-yard gain.
All right, they're getting a sub in now. Another wide receiver comes on. And that's Scott Gesselman coming in, the tight end.
Keep the defense confused. Will you pass or will you run? Makes it much easier for the offense to function.
Flutie's the 3rd leading rusher this season for Boston College as the quarterback. It is second down 4 for the BC Eagles on the 14 of Notre Dame. Going to the 11-yard line is Troy Stratford from Linden, New Jersey. His longest
down and short or 4th and short.
Now the first downs are 11-10 in favor of Notre Dame. Notre Dame leads in the score, 19-12. 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And here is a first and goal to go for BC on the Notre Dame 10. As they mingle around trying to fool Notre Dame, Flutie is being chased. He scrambles, he throws on the run, and he has the pass completed at the 5-yard line. And he hits Phelan, Gerard Phelan out there, who caught a 20
in the conference, and I think they're saying, let's cool it, gentlemen. Let's cool it. We've had a fine game thus far. Let's keep it that way.
wish we could hear him.
I know that's what he's saying, Kurt.
Yeah.
No reason to lose your cool at this point in time.
The ball's on the Notre Dame 3-yard line. It is 3rd down and 3 to go. There's the signal being sent in by Coach Bicknell. The hand signals from the sideline. 3rd and 3 for a Boston College touchdown. And Joe Giaquinto, reserve receiver, comes on. Phelan. Stratford goes out. Third down, 3. He'll throw for it. The pass is complete for the score. The tight end got it. Scott Gieselman, number 83. Gieselman makes the catch. Fine march by Boston College as they swept down the field. And now they're behind 19 to 18.
And Gieselman does a great job. This was the last play I thought they'd call. Flutie drops absolutely right straight back. The crossing pattern by Gieselman. He's wide open across the field. Excellent throw, right on target. But again, I thought it would be some kind of a bootleg where they'd ask the Notre Dame people to adjust to Flutie's movement. The crossing pattern, Gieselman wide open. They're within 1 point of a tie.
Bradford, his first 4 carries, lost 9 yards. His last 6 carries are lining up for the 2 points. They're trailing 19-18. They're going for the lead. Now he looks, he throws, he's got him, and it's tipped away. They had him out in the open. It was a great save. It was intended for Gieselman, and for Janik was out there to knock the ball away. And Notre Dame has stopped them again on a conversion. So we'll be back with a score right here in the 3rd quarter. Notre Dame 19, Boston College 18.
Necessarily trying to go with the 2 points because they were trying to get ahead. They haven't had very good field goal or extra point kicking. I think they thought their odds were better to get the 2 points than to miss the kick.
Keel, Smith, Pinkett lined up in the eye. First down, Notre Dame on their 30. Miller coming in motion. Pinkett takes the toss. This is what he likes. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. 45 and up to the 48. Over the ball out of bounds, but he picks up the first down. About 50% of the time, they like to make that toss to Pinkett and get him outside. He's been very effective all year, and he had a marvelous block from the freshman receiver, Elvin Miller, number 17.
And I think that's the first time, Kurt, that he's really turned the corner on the sweep. He's missed a very fine pass to Brennan on 3rd down and 10.
Mark Brooks and Pinkett are in the backfield. Pinkett has it. Pinkett breaks it, comes out to the 40, and they spill him and save a touchdown maybe. He fumbled, but he was already down at the 47. Tackle by Tony Thurman, who upset him. Pinkett says, boy, I should have gone. Let's go down to Dave Dial, who's going to talk to the BC quarterback, Doug Flutie.
Kurt, you've mentioned what kind of a young man this really is, Doug Flutie. And this game is not for you and not for Boston College, is it, Doug? It's for somebody else.
Yeah, I want to say hi to Casey in the hospital down at St. Jude's. Also, I'd like to say hi to Mom and Dad.
Doug, you're going to pull this one out?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. We're moving the ball all right. The defense just has to hold them, and we're all set.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
That was Mark Brooks, the fullback. The fullbacks have been effective. He's only played 4 or 5 plays in the game, but that's a big...
Used the draw to cut down on the rush, but they haven't thrown any screens. Perhaps they will as we move here into the dying moments of the 4th quarter.
There are the stats. 2nd down 4. Boston College on their 37. They're trailing by 1 point. 12 minutes to play. Gieselman goes tight end left. Stratford on the pitch. Not much room, but he makes it. He comes over the 40. Very close to the first down of the Boston College. Confident when Dave asked him, you going to pull this out?
Yeah, I love it. Really do. No question at all. Why'd you even ask?
Why did he even ask me? First down, Boston College. That's Brennan, quarterback, throws the ball, and it is incomplete. Brennan was a high school quarterback, maybe intercepted by Notre Dame. Stacy Turan It was intended for Gerard Phelan, and it is intercepted by Turan. Brennan, that's their end around or their flanker reverse that he throws the ball. He was the high school quarterback passes than any quarterback in Notre Dame history now, 624. He has started 30 games for Notre Dame in his career, counting tonight's Liberty Bowl game. First down, 25-yard line at Notre Dame. The Irish in possession, trying to protect the one-point lead. The rollout by Keel. And in the seam is his receiver, Jackson. He hits him. And he's got him at the 36-yard line for a first down. Milt Jackson, the sophomore from Fairfield, Iowa. Steve Diassi and David Pereira made the tackle. And the 5 to go. Keel will throw it on first down. Out it goes to Miller, the freshman. And Miller's pushed out of bounds on the 36. 10 degree above zero night. Boston College ball on their 12-yard line. Doug Flutie has hit 13 out of 32 tonight. 3 touchdowns. We'll talk about the Notre Dame defense. There's Flutie slipping, leaving the center. The long pass. He's out there, and he's got him. It'll be a first down at the 48. That's Kelvin Martin, a Jacksonville, Florida freshman who can fly, working on that freshman quarterback again.
And he did a good job of catching the football. Flutie almost stumbles as he goes back to set up the throw, hooks it all the way downfield. Martin's wide open, as you can see. Had he not had to reach for the ball, had he could have kept in stride, he could have scored a touchdown on the play.
They flipped the Turan over a senior to the right side to release some pressure. Now Boston College has the ball on their 48-yard line. There was a 36-yard completion. First down. Time 3:36 remaining in the game. They run the draw. Stratford to the 48 of Notre Dame, and that's it. The game on the Notre Dame 41. 2:30 to go. 19-18 Notre Dame. He fakes the run. Now they're after him. They've got him, and they trap him. He's trapped from behind by Mike Griffin, number 94. That's the second sack of Flutie tonight.
Thanks.
Third down and 20. They give him protection. He comes out of the pocket. He throws on the run. He completes it. It goes to the 35-yard line to Gerard Phelan, the flanker. 1-point lead for Notre Dame.
Here comes the blitz.
He slips, he throws, and it's incomplete. Notre Dame stops him. I don't see any flags down. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. They're arguing they were interfered with, Joe Giaquino, but I haven't seen a flag drop. Joe Johnson was a safety man that went over there and broke it up.
On the previous all-out blitz.
Down goes Keel. He's gone all the way tonight. A 4-man rush in, all of them staying in their lanes, and then the wide men seeing that Flutie didn't get outside. And it's worked for him. Down goes the quarterback again, Blair Keel. But the surprise package is the running of the fullback tonight. Chris
Mix it up to set up his runs.
Chris Smith has run for 104 yards. Pinkett for 106 yards. Smith made a big difference. They couldn't key on Pinkett all night. Stop Pinkett was the cry of BC, but Chris Smith was running away. They're down to 10 seconds. And Notre Dame's going to win this game. A 1-point victory for Notre Dame, an upset over Boston College. And there it is. And Jerry Faust is breathing a lot easier tonight. He's been under tremendous pressure here. Jack Bicknell just signed a new contract. He's done a fantastic job at Boston College of starting their program really rolling.
Two fine teams, Kurt, playing an excellent football game under very difficult weather conditions.
We had only 2 turnovers on each team. The temperature was 11 degrees above zero, and they played hard.